I'm recording.
All right, Kevin, get over here.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Juanita.
We got a jam going on right. Hey,
Okay.
oh, Shereen, you got, oh, we're being taped.
Yes, we are.
Hey, hey, y'all.
There's too many chairs over here. We need
All right, let's go.
Move your
I
buttons.
got you, you good, let's do
Tasha,
it.
when you're
I got
done,
this, let's rock and roll, it's not.
when you're done, will you become the panel?
Oh, you want me to sit down?
Yeah, you
I
can
mean,
sit
this run is supposed to be do natural like we presented, so she has to sit back down.
Yeah, we're taping, you're gonna see yourself.
Okay.
And see if
we start getting.
I need a blow up
Come on,
doll.
click.
Oh my Lord, you don't need no blow up doll.
Blow
All right,
up doll.
All
focus.
right, Natasha.
Ready?
Oh.
We are starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, I am Natasha Timpson and we are Team Faciltadores. Today we are going to present our recommendation on whether or not you should invest in Polaris. By a show of hands, how many of you are familiar with Polaris? Alright, well by the end of this presentation, we will provide the data necessary for you to make that investment decision. So let's get started with our agenda. So as you can see, I will review the background and give you a little history on Polaris. Cherie will review sales, William will review marketing, Jose will review innovation, and then Kevin will review their financials, and then Christy will give us an overview of an industry comparison, and then we'll wrap up with our recommendation. All right. So Polaris started and was founded in 1954. They design, engineer, and manufacture off-road vehicles, all-terrain vehicles, as well as snowmobiles and motorcycles. They also have a line of garments and accessories that you'll have an opportunity to review during our presentation. As you can see from this slide here, they have interesting statistics in terms of the size and of their organization size, as well as their distribution. As you can see here, they have over 7,000 employees worldwide, and they have more than 380,000 units shipped worldwide in 2014. So moving on to a few highlights from their history. In 1955, they invented the first snowmobile. Then in 1970, they were known as innovation leaders. By 1990, they launched an award-winning motorcycle division, and then in 2000, they had been in business for over 60 years developing innovative vehicles. Moving on to their culture. As you can see here, their creed, understanding the riding experience, living the riding experience, as well as working to make it better. They have an interesting culture because their employees not only develop their products, but they are also passionate riders themselves. This gives Polaris a competitive edge as their employees are focused on creating the best riding experience for their customers as well as their employees. So let's talk a little bit about their strategic objectives. As you can see here, they're seeking to be best in power sport. Polaris has developed over 30 new vehicles in the past year, and they have strong customer loyalty. They want to build growth through adjacencies, such as their acquisition of GEM and Pro Armor, and they've also introduced the Slingshot in the recent year, and they also have a presence in the defensive industry. They want to be known as global leaders. They're seeking to grow through international sales, including development of new plants worldwide, including Poland and other countries. In terms of lean enterprise, Polaris has developed an innovative manufacturing process, which Jose will speak to shortly. And finally, they seek to have a strong financial presence. They're performing very well financially with revenue greater than $4 billion and a net income over $400 million. The rest of my team will provide evidence of the great progress Polaris is making in meeting these strategic objectives. And I'm going to turn it over to Sheree, who will give us an overview of Polaris's sales.
Thank you, Natasha. So in terms of sales, I want to give you a glance of Polaris' sales, talk a little bit about their products, and go into their international markets. So at a glance, you can see here their 5-year compound annual growth rate, their year-over-year improvements in their sales. You can also see year after year growth in their net income. The 5-year CAGR is up 23%, and their earnings per share is up 34%. As you can see, their earnings per share is on target, their guidance to be $7.22 in 2015. And guidance is what publicly traded corporations use as their official prediction for their near future profit or loss. It's usually stated in money or per share. The goal of Polaris for sales is to be up $8 billion, over $8 billion by 2020, with a 12% compound annual growth rate. Now, for products, their first product is their off-road vehicles. For 2014, sales was over $2.9 billion. That's up 15% from the year prior. They are the leading market share gainer in 2014. They had the largest product launch in history with 21 new models executed in all-terrain vehicles in last quarter of 2014. Their 2015 sales guidance predict that they'll be up in the mid-single digits for next year. The focus of the off-road vehicles is to build upon their clear market share lead in off-road vehicles. The next vehicle is snowmobiles. The snowmobile sales are $322 million. That's up 7% from 2013. Their 800 Switchback Pro S has already won the 2015 Snowmobile of the Year. And they have strong season-to-date year gains through January for snow and mixed season regions. The West and the East are strong, and the Midwest tends to be a little weaker. Their model year 14, they improved the quality, what keeps them at a number 2, but their 2015 sales guidance predicted they'll be down in the mid-single digits. And although they will be down, they still want to focus on growing the market share and improving the quality through performance. So let's talk about motorcycles. Their motorcycle sales is $349 million. That's up 59% from 2013. They launched the Scout, the Roadmaster, the Magnum, and the Slingshot just within the last year. They also have a new Indian motorcycle, which Jose will speak to shortly. They spent the second half of 2014 focused on pay and capacity challenges, improving their 2015 sales guidance to anywhere between 50 to 65%. Their focus for motorcycles is their amazing product launches and the big opportunity that they have in this market. The next product is parts, gear, and accessories, also known as PG&A. For PG&A, most of their sales are in accessories, next parts, and then lastly garments. Most of their product line that they sell these PG&A for are off-road vehicles, snowmobiles, motorcycles, and then small vehicles. Polaris brand has over 60,000 SKUs. So their sales for 2014 were $742 million. That's up 21% from 2013. They have innovation ongoing. And they've also expanded their smart implementation by leveraging aftermarket brand to include in their portfolio. So with these new acquisitions, they feel like the 2015 sales guidance will be up in the high teens percentage for 2015. Their focus is going to be growing this house brand while also leveraging their aftermarket brand portfolio. The global adjacent markets. This market focuses on small vehicles, commercial, and military for commercial use, and military use in government. The sales in this market was $273 million. That's up 24% from 2013. This particularly is a new niche for them, especially with the small vehicles. So they want to focus on growth outside of power sports with this market. They have new initiatives that will accelerate growth for 2015 sales guidance, bringing them up to 10 to 15% for the next year. Their focus will be on this new global adjacent market structure to help drive synergy, focus, and growth. So Polaris is also an international company as well. Their international sales is $685 million. That's up 16% from last year. By product, most of their sales are off-road vehicles, with small vehicles coming in second. By geography, 68% of their sales are in Europe alone. Then you have Australia, the Middle East, and Africa. Their market share gains in off-road vehicle, motorcycle, snow, and Axiom put them on target to increase their sales guidance for 2015 in the low single digits, but an increase nonetheless. In order to do this, they're going to focus on strong sales growth and market share opportunities. So from a sales perspective, the focus is for the sales team is performance. They want to be up $3.8 billion, which is 18%. Sales products and growth. So the focus for sales is improvements, investments, and continued sales. Now I'm going to pass it over to William, who's going to talk to you about the market.
Thank you, Cherie. Cherie mentioned discussing with you all what I researched and came up with regarding market. When researching Polaris, there were three key areas that I wanted to investigate to determine their potential for income and growth. And those three areas were market segment, market position, and market posture. Start out with the first one, market segment. Polaris, as you've heard slightly so far, has a global presence. They're in more than 100 countries around the world. They're trying to make headway into the small vehicle market with their new GEM vehicle that may be spoken of further on our presentation to you during the innovation section. They diversified their marketing segments when you look at how they're placed in the recreational market for consumers, the commercial market for governments and businesses, and the Special Operations Command or military market for the Department of Defense. And here's a good place where I can give an anecdotal joke, if you will. In my prior profession, I was a firefighter, and we traveled around to see what type of vehicles other departments would buy. And we noticed, as you can see in this slide, that all-terrain vehicle is a fire apparatus meant to go in different places. And we came back and we talked to one of our guys, and let's just say he's phonetically challenged. And he told us, he said, now when we get one, we don't want to get one of them Suzukis or them Hondas. We want to get one of them Polaris. So Polaris has really become a household name in these segments. Let's look at position, market position. We want leaders. If we look at a company that's going to grow in terms of our investment, we want who's the leader in the market, obviously. Well, they are. They're leaders in multiple segments and markets. As a matter of fact, in the power sports market, that segment of the market, Polaris is #1 in the North American market. If I were to explain what power sports are, that is a competitive racing with other than on-the-road vehicles, such as off-the-road vehicles, as you see in these presentations here. They're looking at their opportunity vigilant. As you can see with the Indian version of the motorcycle, they're thinking opportunity there to break into that cruiser market and compete with Honda. Right now, Honda, obviously, Harley dominates that market, but Polaris is looking to compete. And then also new territory. They're always looking at new territory. Again, here's a motorcycle, a good example of new products. Market position again, we have in the European, Middle East, and African markets, they're #1 in off-road vehicles, #2 in snowmobiles, and 3 in motorcycles. Again, they're trying to make headway in that motorcycle industry. As you can see from the slide here, there's some downsides. You see some red. Companies, of course, have challenges in this growth, but Polaris obviously has some areas that they can improve in. And then marketing posture, which I think is very important when we look at a company in terms of investment growth.